you've been watching some of my videos or maybe reading some of my blog tutorials, you've probably seen me use Artisan Enhancements Clear Finish to seal some of my art paint finishes. Now, let's talk a little bit about the times when I might choose this sealer over others that I often use. Anytime I use leaf and foil size to apply metallic foils for a finish, this is typically my go-to sealer. It's great because you just brush it on and it actually gives you more of a sheen, more of a glossy finish, which really beautifully accents the metallics. So here's an example of a sample board I did with pewter foil, and I've applied 3 coats of clear finish over top of this to really give it some good sheen. Hopefully you can see that. So that's one example. It's a great one to use for children's pieces, things that, you know, high chairs and so forth. There's no VOCs, no harmful chemicals. In fact, I'll share at the end of this video a project that I did quite a while ago for my daughter, a little table and chair for her room. It's gotten a lot of use over the last few years and it's held up really well. I love that with the sheen, it's a nice wipeable surface, and I've never had to reapply this. This is a one-time application and it's going to protect your paint finish for many, many years to come. Other times when you might turn to clear finish is when you're looking for a nice, clean, bright white finish. Now, most sealers are going to give you just a little bit of yellowing or a lot of yellowing to your white paint finishes. This one will not. This really gives you a nice crystal clear bright white finish. So highly recommend this if you're looking for a crisp, clean, white painted surface. This is your friend. Keep in mind that if you have any brush stroke marks in your paint finish, they will be highlighted with the clear finish. So if you're looking for something sleek and smooth, make sure that you've started with a sleek, smooth paint finish before you apply your sealer. Ways that you can achieve that look: use a good brush that shows minimal brush strokes, and maybe even come back and do some light sanding once your paint finish has dried and you're ready to apply your sealer. Do a little sanding first, knock out those brush strokes so that you're starting with a very smooth finish before you apply your sealer. Today I want to demonstrate how to appropriately apply clear finish, and I thought I would show you on the inside of a drawer because this is one of my favorite products to use on the insides of drawers, especially ones that I know are going to get a lot of use and I'll probably want to, you know, wipe out the interior at some point. This drawer doesn't go to a piece of furniture. It was one that I bought just on its own, and I thought I would have fun, paint it, and use it as a display piece to hold some smalls in the shop, or maybe I'll end up keeping it and using it around the house to hold kids stuff or something. So I wanted to give it a good wipeable surface inside, and clear finish will do that for me because it gives me this more of a sheen, more of a glossy finish. It's going to keep this white looking bright and crisp and clean, and I'll be able to clean it once it's cured. It'll be, you know, easy to wipe down. So I love to use this product on the insides of things that I know I'm going to want to, you know, really clean at some point. Anytime you're applying a sealer, such as Clear Top Coat Sealer or Clear Finish by Artisan Enhancements, make sure you use the right brush. You definitely want a brush that was designed for applying varnishes. So something with a mix of synthetic and natural bristles is definitely preferred. This is the 45mm top coat brush from Artisan Enhancements, and this is my go-to brush for applying sealers. As I've mentioned before, one of my favorite things about the Artisan Enhancements product line is that they're not laden with chemicals. So because there's no chemical preservatives in this sealer, I want to make sure that I don't contaminate it with anything, you know, from the drawer or my brush or so forth. So rather than dip my brush into the container itself, I'm going to put what I think I need into a bowl and work from here so that I'm not dipping my brush back and forth and possibly getting something into the product that's going to ruin it. So I'm using a clean plastic spoon to stir it up. If I were to shake this before opening it to mix it up, I need to set it aside for a good 30 minutes to an hour just to ensure that the bubbles have settled. So it's recommended that you actually stir rather than shake, especially if you're ready to get started on your project. So I'm going to give it a good stir. And for this drawer, I think I probably need less than a teaspoon. So I'm just getting the tips of my bristles wet with the product. So see how little is here, and you'll see how far it goes. I'm going to tip this way so hopefully you can see. So I'm going to try not to go back and forth too much. And the product should look wet, but not milky. And it's hard to see. Hopefully you can see on the white. So see, it should look wet as compared to here, but not milky. And I'm going to show you on this brighter color too, just so you can see. Maybe I'll show you. So see how it looks milky right here? It looks white. That's too much product. You definitely don't want it to look like that. It should look clear, not milky. So I'm going to continue to do the inside of this drawer. I might need a tiny bit more product, but shouldn't need a whole lot more than that. For the inside of this drawer, I'm just going to do 2 coats, and I'll wait 24 hours in between applications. 2 coats is going to give me a good, durable, wipeable surface. So once again, Artisan Enhancements Clear Finish. This is for your inside projects only for interior use. It is an acrylic varnish. It won't yellow your whites. It's going to give you a satin to glossy sheen on your metallic foil finishes or your pearl plaster creations. Depending on how many coats you apply, you can get a nice, shiny, glossy finish if that's what you're looking for. Now, if you apply more than 2 coats, you'll want to also extend the cure time. So just be a little more careful with it. Make sure it's not exposed to any moisture while it's curing. But once cured, you'll have a nice wipeable, water-resistant finish. Highly recommend it for anything that you're concerned about kids getting a hold of. There's no harmful chemicals in it. It's all natural, so great product to use.